So he would come over every like almost every day for a while, almost every day for a while. But he would have phases where he would, just go in and out. Not, bro, it started to take a toll on me, man. It really did because, and that's why I brought this up is because I had to be honest. Like that kind of stuff takes a toll.
Mm.
Like like I came home one night and like cause like I said, I was on psychedelics, so I was always it's all love, it's all love, it's all, but I
Yeah.
was actually running away from a lot of my emotions. Like
Mm.
I was really
Mm.
not actually giving myself time to like sit with some shit and be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh and so and that's the danger with psychedelics. That's why you got to do your meditations and your yogas and your breath work, because you really only have your breath at the end of the day, and you might not even have that sometimes, so you develop your mind too. That's funny. Anyway, so but yeah, we were I was talking about, we were talking about, oh yeah, the pizza. That's what the topic was.
Hmm.
Um what it is like, people, I heard something somewhere. I don't remember where I heard it from, but people aren't afraid to give to homeless people or to like care for people or to love people.
Hmm.
But the egocentrism, the negative part in people is afraid that they'll come home with them. And we're so worried about what that might mean because of whatever kind of survival kind of like conditions that we've had to build, whether to socially survive or like
Hmm.
actually like physically survive or just anything. Like the nervous system is crazy. It does all of this shit on automatic. Like it
Hmm.
has to. It's what it's built for. It's built to adapt and move through contexts and situations.
Hmm.
Um, Now it's not built for every situation right away. Some things you have to train yourself up to, and that's where we
Develop
fuck
on it.
up.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, but that's personal for each person, individual. But yeah, that's a lot of love, man. To willingly post something like that. That's the thing. He posted this shit. So it's
Hmm.
like knowing there are like multiple people. Like it's not just one dude.
No.
You know what I mean? He's like
Yeah.
he's saying like if they, bro, that's crazy. He's gonna have to open a damn restaurant. I hope he got money because that was what was weighing on me so stressfully too, bro. I came home, 6 or 7 of my friends were in my house in my apartment. Did nobody say shit? And
Oh
like
damn.
which on a good day would have been fine, but I was coming down from that high. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
okay. Mm.
because eventually what happens is your energy center starts to get gunky, and it's your space of availability lowers, which means new stuff has to stop flowing in because you're not doing enough with what you've got.
Mm.
And so like, which it was my emotions. I wasn't feeling my emotions. I was just
We're just
take
numb.
Yeah, well, I wasn't numb. I was taking psychedelics to essentially help me shape my emotions into what I wanted them to be.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
And so that's why there has to be like mystical meditation, and then there's also the mental meditations, because you
Mm.
have to practice just sitting with whatever the fuck is there, but then you also have to practice being able to manipulate reality. Because it's
Mm.
like when you manipulate reality, when I say manipulate reality, I don't mean like in a negative way. I mean using, for instance, your mind to imagine the spiritual flame in certain imagery and things of that nature that can um, allow you to develop a more consistent connection with the source. Just like how you have a phone number. You know what I mean? You have a phone number, but see, if I chose to like get closer and like let's say I moved in with you, then I would have more consistent access. Same thing with God.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like the closer you get to the center of yourself, the closer you get to God, it's like the more he's kind of just always there, and you can see it expressed in through different archetypes and through different textures and characters of people,
Mm.
um and you can like you can develop yourself to a point where there's basically only 12 people in your perception, which is the zodiacal level. And
Mm.
then you can go beyond that and you can get to the one behind the two. So you can get to the union aspect of the duality. So it's like it just and then you can be perceiving from the union level and still be aware that it's the zodiacal levels working through you and moving, and because it's the zodiacal, it's the archetypes that actually shape the expression of the unseen.
Like that. And man, I respect, people like you to go out the way. And I do agree with you when you said that, like, some people have the kind of fear the fact of them having to bring that certain person home with them, or if they help them one time, they're going to have to help them again. Because
Right. And
I feel like
that's the thing.
that's
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I can see that. It's like, okay, now don't get me wrong, me caring, like, I'm willing to help you, but I, as my mom used to say, I can't hold your hand and walk you through the process
Yeah.
if you're trying to
Dude,
better yourself, right? So,
yes. Yes.
you have to put in that work. Now I can help you and give you the tools, to help to help yourself to develop, to get out the
But you got to
situation
show
you're
up.
in.
You got to show
You
up.
have to show up. What's the saying Kevin Hart said? I love it. He said, "Everybody want to be famous, but nobody want to put the work in." Right?
Man, no, and that's
And
the thing.
bro,
Nobody, bro.
everybody want to be
That's why
famous, but
people be
nobody want to put
talking
the
like
work
they know
in.
some shit. Bro, I'm guilty of this shit too.
Me
Absolutely,
too. No,
bro.
no,
I
me too. Me too.
bro, I
Yeah.
used to, man, I still do and I know when I
Hey,
do it too. Because the thing is I
but
start
we
to
owning up
see,
to it. We owning up to it, though, Jordan.
yes, yes, because you see how it's a function in your brain. And sometimes you just got to see it play out. Because it's
Hmm.
like you have to exhaust that motherfucker. Because it has to know that it can reside in peace in your heart too. And your heart doesn't always have to be like, you know, it doesn't always have to be a bad place.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be a bad place for decision making. And see, that's the issue, is that people think that if they follow their heart, something bad's going to happen.
Right.
You
You
know what
took
I mean? Because
advantage
there's
of,
no
right.
right, because there's no structure to it. Because every time they felt a heightened emotion, they've either felt immediately constricted or
Hmm.
constricted over time as something continued to happen because they weren't able
Hmm.
to keep up with cleaning up the messes. and
Hmm.
and that's why what he said hit me so hard, because I was like, damn, dude, that's a statement, because that started to wear on me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, because I wasn't able to keep up with the cleaning. See what I
Hmm.
mean? And we all do that. We all have to go through situations where we step into something and we're like, all right, I don't really know what's gonna happen here, but we we're
Hey,
stepping into this.
hey, what we talked about last week about walking in that cave with that fire?
Yeah,
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 exactly,
man.
bro. You don't know. You
Because
don't
sometimes
know.
Michael Myers pop out at your bitch ass,
And you know what I'm
and you
saying?
and
You
you
have to
got
throw a
exactly, and you
haymaker.
gotta
You have to throw a haymaker real quick, for real.
right.
Correct. Hey,
But you got to see him to know what to do
that's
with
true.
that light. See,
That's
but
true.
as soon as you see it, you can know what you need to do.
Exactly, exactly. And oh, was it what does they say? Not seeing is believing, and seeing is
Yep.
believing.
But we scared to look though. We scared to look though, bro. Cause like I'm a resonate with you on what you said last week about your brother too, because
Mm,
one of my brothers actually passed here
sorry to
this
hear
past
that.
in February.
Hmm.
And but the thing is like I only got to meet him once, and it was crazy to me, bro, because he was 25, man. And
Mm,
like, I love him, man, to this day.
mm,
But it's for like 3 days, bro. I was reflecting on like, bro, my brother just died, and I don't know his favorite football team.
mm,
I don't know, like, I don't know hardly anything. Like, I remember us like whenever he came through town, but he only came through town for like an hour or two, and he stayed the night or whatever. But it was real late, so we just we chopped it up type shit, and then went to sleep.
hmm.
But but it those types of questions didn't even occur to me to ask, like the basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you
When
just
when
assume,
he was still here alive, right?
yeah,
That's what you
yeah,
said.
because you just assume you're gonna see somebody again, bro.
Again. Whew.
And so like,
Hmm.
man, and so yeah,
Hmm.
that was a wake up call. And like,
Yeah.
I think we just need to be more connected, man. We just need to be more connected, bro.
Man, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Jordan. My mom, she watches some of my family members they watch that I know of, and And the reason I brought up my mom because you said something deep, and I'll be honest, I'll be open out there, when it comes because I want people to, like you said, Rez, I want people to relate with me when I be saying the stuff I'm saying on here. But connecting, like I know that's something I have to work on, but it's for me some days, man. I feel like I don't be heard, when I'm trying to
Yeah.
connect to people. So like I feel like why should I waste my time trying to connect with this person
Yeah.
when I don't feel like they listen? I feel like they hear me, but they're not listening, right? They're not
Yeah.
listening to what I'm trying to connect with them on, right? But you said something there, man, and because I went through that too with my brother when he passed away, and I was like, bro, like yeah, my brother, I knew more things a lot, about him. He was my youngest brother, me being the oldest. I mean, I seen all three of my brothers from when they was in diapers up to, up to now. So, but not I wasn't there, that did something to my soul, man. Not knowing how he felt in his last seconds in his physical form, was he lonely? Was he scared? Like I don't know what, and I wasn't there, So it's like
That was a
after that,
contemplation of mine too. Yeah.
man, after that happened, it just made me just. It's like my body went to a reset. My mind, my spirit, physical form, conscious whatever, it all went to a reset.
It's like, nah, fuck this. This ain't just a like we need to like this world need to
Is
change, bro. Fuck
it
this,
need to
bro.
change? And he
Like
lost his life to gun violence, bro. So his life was taken. It wasn't natural. It wasn't no natural shit.
that's
You know
one of
what I'm
them
saying?
ones that really
So
makes you just
it
like,
it
bro.
makes you Jordan. I'm gonna tell you, man. I was that close, going on some John Wick type of shit, like going on some
Man.
Terminator,
And you
like
gotta and bro, the
just.
thing is too, like you can't be a truly good person unless you let yourself go there. If you
Mm,
go deeper and you turn into the bad guy, you gotta let yourself because see, the thing is sometimes your soul has shit pent up, bro. Like
mm,
it has lifetimes of shit it has to get out because of how it's been oppressed. And like because this society is not sensitive to that, some people get pushed to it sooner than they're supposed to let all that out, and it splits their everything. Then they have to make more of every, like that's why people go, like I said this last podcast, that's why you can go to the crazy eye. That's why you have nervous breakdowns because you feel a
mm-hmm,
big split, bro. Like, and it rattles the waveform, like
mm-hmm.
that shit's
Yeah, it took me on a journey for sure, man. And now when I hear people, well, we was talking about the connector, but I'm gonna get back to that. But I'm gonna say this: when I hear people talk about when they say, because I'm relating to my brother, his situation, when they say, "Oh, if I know what I would do," because what you just said, what I would do if I was in that situation. No, you don't know what you would do.
no, you don't.
You
You
don't
don't.
know, and and
Bro,
and, and I
I laughed at
for.
shit I didn't think I'd laugh at. I cried at shit I didn't think I'd cry at.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's totally different. It's
You don't.
totally
It's totally different, and you don't know until you are in that situation. And most people,
yes,
you probably say, "Oh, I would have uh, I would probably would have reacted to that and like retaliated or something like that." Nah, bro, you don't know what you would have done in that situation until
bro.
you in that
Yeah.
situation know them and really know them and talk to me about that. Don't tell me what you're going to do, what you're going to like,
Yep.
what you would have done because you don't, bro.
Yep.
You
Because your
don't
nervous
know.
system be on some crazy ass
It'd be
bullshit you
on
don't even know.
some.
You don't even know until it come out. That's why you might be Mike Tyson. You might not be Mike Tyson. Like
I'm
you know
trying
what
to.
I mean when it
Hey,
comes out.
I'm
Like
gonna tell
whenever.
you. I'm gonna tell you, Jordan. My brother, he's the only one that I know that's a witness to this. Jordan, it's the grace of God, higher power, whoever you believe in, that I'm here talking to you right now, bro, and not behind bars or underground or whatever, bro.
Amen,
I'm
brother.
trying to tell you, man, I was close to taking some lives, man, like down the street. Like I was ready, like on ready, bro. Like
Yeah,
if you
and
if
that's something,
like
and that's something too, because it's like, damn, if I just would have just a phone call, and I relate to it similarly, but you're closer to your brother, and it was right here,
mm-hmm,
you know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? And in my situation, it was similar where like I had to sit there and be like, all those times he tried to reach out, you know what I'm saying? And I got back to him most of the time, but a lot of times I just wouldn't say anything because I'd be like, oh, maybe, you know, maybe it's, maybe he just needs money or something, and I ain't
mm,
got money, so I don't answer.
mm,
Or, you know, but it's like those situations in life really make you realize how much you missing. You know what I mean? How much you not paying attention to.
to the small things for sure. And I'm like I said, I'm in fault for that. I'm still in fault for that, and because I still deal with that to this day, man. I'm a very, if you know me closely, I'm a very, very work oriented guy. Like I just believe in just putting in the work, because I'm trying to get to this end goal, or well, I'm trying to get close to the end goal because I feel like it's never an end goal. It's always so it's a goal there, but you always
Yeah.
going after it. You always running after it, but I
Yeah.
don't feel like you ever achieve that end goal because
Well,
never
time.
satisfied.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
And it's real quick because
mhm.
it's important to keep that fire
Right.
for sure, but also timing is very important.
Hmm.
Some days you may get more out of working one way than you will another way.
Mm,
Because, see, both things are actually interconnected. And so, if you can find how all of it interconnects in your life, then your system, your biofield creates sort of like a shape, like a graph chart, and connects all those nodes. And it
mhm,
centers the rhythm of flow in your system.
mm,
So, like, if you're willing to do it in a balanced way, there are some times when you can't stop it and you just have to obsess. Like I'm not saying don't do that. That's human nature. We're going to do it. But I'm
mhm,
saying when you're in a space where you can choose to do it or not choose to do it, or like you're feeling low one day, like let's say you've been obsessive on something for like 6 months and
mhm,
like, you're just really down one day and you're just like, you know, maybe take a few days off, maybe take a week off, do some stress relaxation reduction techniques for the nervous system each day,
mm,
like, eat right,
mm,
stop the bad shit for a while, see what kind of decisions you make about what you was doing in those 6 months when your system is cleaner from all of it,
mm,
so that way you can figure out for real. It's like, do I want to keep doing this? Or not, do I want to keep doing this, but how do I want to keep using this? Did
mm,
I just go through an experience that's already served its purpose? I learned what I needed to learn from it. And
mm.
so, like, I'm just going to go do something else with all this new energy? Or, like, does it pull you back in and you want to go deeper into it with a refreshed state so that you can
Mm.
go deeper into it and figure out the more intricate levels of how it works? And so, the reason I say that is because a lot of times our emotions try to dictate where our ambition goes. And I feel like a lot of times it should be the other way around. Like I feel like our will, like our soul's will should always come before I don't want to say come before emotion because it always works with emotion truly. But when you observe a split of self, but the center of your heart is your soul, you have to go that way every time. Like, and well, I'm not gonna say have to in the sense of like if you don't, you're gonna burn for eternity or anything like that. I'm just saying it. Just be aware that you're just delaying the time a little bit until something has to come up.
And see, I agree with you, and I think that's for me right now. I'm taking baby steps, right?
Yeah,
I'm taking baby steps because I know that I'm getting closer to that crossroad, right?
you digesting heavy shit, bro.
I'm
It's like,
digesting heavy shit, but I know I'm getting to the crossroad, but I'm gonna have to face this. But it's like I don't want to face it all at once. But that's why I say I'm taking the baby steps because if I face it all at once, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come out on the other side. Not right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that is
Yeah.
just me being honest. So it's like, okay, I need to slowly work my way into this,
Well, the other thing
and
too,
face some things. But yeah,
yeah, the other thing too is really pay attention to like how your body works. If you're the type of person where you get hung up on your emotions easily and it's hard for you to go into your emotions with a memory and then come out of it, then maybe do an 80% passive healing, 20% um, recollecting or reflection healing kind of thing.
okay, explain
Where
it.
like
Before you
so
explain
so
it,
like
I'm gonna say this. I'm a Cancer, but explain it. All
you're
that's all I'm gonna say.
oh
I'm a
yeah,
yeah,
you're real
yeah.
emotional. Yeah. Yeah. You're a
Yeah.
water sign.
I just
Yeah.
needed to let you know that before you, yeah, so you can
Well, no, because
see. But
I'm a Cancer moon. I'm a Cancer moon.
oh, okay,
So my subconscious is very like I'm emotional, but like
yeah,
I'm an Aries though. I'm a fire. I'm a sun. I'm like my
okay,
sun personality is fire. I'm a motivator. I fucking like I'm a great starter. It might
yeah.
take me a minute to finish that motherfucker. It might take me 6 months to come back around to it. But I'm a start the shit out that motherfucker, bro. It's
Right,
gonna get
right.
started, bro. Like
but
so
but
so
but yeah, but I'm listening. I just wanted to tell you that so we can be on the same page because I feel that yeah,
yeah.
but I'm listening. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So 80/20 method. So at
Hmm.
first do like 80% of okay, I'm gonna do methods like using my imagination to move energy in a way that cleanses things out of me, if that makes any sense. So like when you're breathing, the more conscious you breathe, especially in conversation, the more things are cleaned out with each breath. So the less buildup there is, the less frustration there is, the less heat buildup there is, the more fluid the communication is. And so the better you get at that, the less necessary you see needing to reflect on past imprints of feeling, because that's all you're doing. You're just kind of like looking back at past imprints. And like if you keep getting stuck in the emotion and becoming that emotion, it's like you'll start to identify yourself more with the emotion than you will the flow of life. And so uh, there's active techniques of healing and there's passive techniques of healing. Some people are really good at like going back in their memory and getting all the way through something in one go. Some people are really good at that. I'm really good at that with like breath work. Like I can do that or Cambo. I don't know if you're interested or if you're familiar with Cambo,
I'm not.
but Cambo is it's a frog medicine that is essentially created in the sweat glands of the Philomedusa bicolor rainforest or tree frog, in the Amazon. And so the legend goes that there was a medicine man, a shaman of a village whose village got sick in the Amazon, and so he went into meditation because the medicine man is always like when everybody else is physically out, he's perfect. Like because he needs to know how to bring the civilization back to life. You're like God's messenger for like, hey, everybody's this tribe is getting a cleanse. You're the one that's able to stand in order to know what to get specifically from the environment in order to actually allow the healing process to complete itself. Because the people need physical help, or their bodies are gonna die before they're able to get rid of the shit. And so in a vision, he saw how to call down a frog, and basically he saw himself calling down this frog in a certain way. So he did it a certain way, and the frog came down to it, and it knew what it needed to do, and it's like you just. I'm not sure if it raises peptide production. I think it raises peptide production. I'm not sure how much. No, I think it. I think it's both. I think it raises certain peptide production and it gives certain peptides. I think is what it is. But anyway, we can do more research into that later. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a whole ceremony you go through. Maybe we can go through it another time. We're probably short on time right now. We're probably already over time actually. But it's a whole 3-part ceremony. It would take
Yeah.
me another 10 or 15 minutes to explain. I don't want to do all that.
we,
So
we we can do it next week. We can do it next week for
yeah,
sure.
we'll
Yeah.
do it next week. But
Yeah.
anyway, so but basically, uh, it you drink water and it draws toxins into the stomach and you purge it out.
Mm.
But it is extremely stressful on the nervous system. So there's a whole ceremony that you do before it to open your body up and your energy system up enough to be able to withstand that much of a shock without like going into cardiac arrest. So like
Mm.
you do have to sign waivers and shit like and stuff like that.
I hope so.
Yeah, oh absolutely. Absolutely. Um but yeah, anyway, uh the reason I brought that up was because we were talking about
We were talking about the 80-20.
80/20. That's what it
Mm.
was. So these are ways that like develop your cells, your cellular health and your nervous system to be able to produce more through the mitochondria, and
Mm.
it which by proxy increases the capabilities of your body to make electrical connections between nodes and cells. And so like what I was talking about when you're exercising or when you're clean or you take a big breath and you feel all that warmth of energy, that's basically like electricity sort of like connecting between the cells. And you can basically increase the voltage that you put out
Mm.
essentially. Um, and so once you start to increase the voltage you put out, your circuitry naturally changes because it has to develop different circuitry in order to hold the charge. If it doesn't, then what I call limiting factors happens where something in life puts you on your ass and you have to learn how to make do with what you've got.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that way you can develop necessary circuitries that can handle the voltage that you're trying to handle.
Yeah.
Um, but that's the physics way of looking at it, the physical way of looking at it. The spiritual model is very similar, but it's different in some ways. Uh, yeah, it's different in some ways. But anyway, uh, going back to the 80/20, 20% of the time, maybe go, or 30% of the time, depending on like I said, how I don't know how like addictive your emotions are or how long something lingers on your heart naturally whenever you think about it.
Mm.
But just think about it less, reflect on it less, and then focus on developing the nervous system more and dietary habits, stuff like that, because that
Mm.
stuff does play a huge part in not only the thoughts that are created but also the effectiveness of what anything that you do. um so like the cleaner you are and the more radiant you are, the more powerful, the more heard you are.
Mhm.
Another thing I was going to say earlier is when you know like your power internally like that, it's like people hear you, but the part the part of them that hears you is a deeper part than they're focused on expressing.
Mm.
So it's like everybody's busy trying to build an image. They're like trying to be a guy or like be a person,
Mhm.
right? But what I'm trying to say is try to be nobody.
Mm.
Like just sit. What happens if you just sit for an hour at a time looking up? And you just breathe, follow your breathing. What happens without thoughts? Once you get to a level where thoughts are exhausted, what
Yeah.
would happen? What would happen? So it's
Man.
like, so yeah, so it's just it's really it's just one of those things where you start to figure out how you naturally respond to the environment that you're in.
Mm.
Because you might go to sleep in a dream and you might, spirit might be, you might witness yourself as spirit animating yourself in a different context or a different environment. And
Mhm.
so, it's a totally different, like you think differently. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Mm.
you're still aware of like, oh, sometimes like, it's weird because sometimes I'm aware of like, oh, I'm back in my bed at home when I'm in a dream, but it's like I'm deeply aware of it. It's like there are these weird thoughts going on up here about what I see, but it's like I deeply know that I'm just like at home in this specific dimension, in this dimensional plane and moment of Earth or whatever in my bed. But then
Mm.
there are other times where it's like the opposite. It's like where I feel like I'm totally in the fucking dream, but my thoughts are like, yo, you're at home. You're at home, dog. Like, chill. Like, so it's like, it's weird, dude. It's really weird, but it's cool. It's cool. It's fun to kind of witness. Um, but also like a lot of that starts to get too fast. I actually haven't had like consistent, like really powerful dreams in a long time. Um, that's because of my current dietary habits, and I know what it is. But whenever I choose to stop doing it, then I'll be able to. But there's so much material right now that I need to ground, that I need to like organize and focus. That I don't need to. If I blast through to a next level and I find some crazy ass shit out, I'm gonna say fuck all this. I'll be
No,
like,
man.
I'll be like Carl Jung, bro. He was like, he took a pistol with him, bro, and
Yeah.
he was like, I'm gonna go in this fucking, I'm gonna go be alone for like a certain amount of years, or for I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm
Yeah.
taking this pistol just in case I need to die, like because he was having to. Basically, his soul was like purging a bunch of shit that he had to witness, and he had no control over like what he was witnessing. He had to like find the center heart in every situation. And so like you're going to sleep not knowing if you're going to witness a nightmare or a fucking beautiful orgasmic whatever. So it's like you kind of go crazy if
Yeah.
you if
Yeah.
you just you kind of have to go a little crazy, but
But no, man, it's funny that you brought up the dream situation last night. Actually, I had I guess you can say a intense dream, but I was talking within a dream, and when I woke up, I was like, it came for some reason it came to me. I was like, bro, like, was I talking in my dream? But here's the thing, when you made the comparison about you in a dream, but your conscious know that you're not with actual
yeah,
in the
yeah,
dream,
yeah,
you're in your bed, right? That was
yeah.
me. I was talking, but I remember me talking, but I was laying in my bed, still the comfort of my bed, but I was in the dream, like
Yeah,
so.
man.
That's crazy that you said it, and that just happened to me last night. But I literally can feel me talking when I was asleep, but I was talking within a dream though. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
cool,
actually
man. That's
it
pretty
is. It's
cool how it
dope.
happens. But yeah,
It's
yeah.
dope. And it is very similar to the experience that I had in the void or in like the mystical state. It was very
Mm,
similar. Because it's like I was hearing, or I was it was like I was deeply like a vibrational wave, but it's like the way that I perceived the vibrational wave other than the sensation and the feeling and the texture of it, I
mm,
also heard English language with it.
mm.
So it was very
You a translator?
it was very
You a
weird.
translator, man? You tell me
You,
it's a translator, bro.
you
Like
know,
you're
it's
not telling me these
interesting.
things, bro.
It's interesting you say that. I just took the Meyer-Briggs personality test again after like
Okay.
a few years,
All right.
and my personality type is a mediator. So like
Jordan.
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that.
But man, so yeah, we gonna have to. We didn't get to hit all of them today, but that's honestly that's good. I like it. I like the flow, how we flowing with it. It's not like we kind of like hitting the wall and not coming with ideals. I like the flow, how we flowing back with the conversations. Man, episode 2, Jordan. Episode 2,
Hell
man.
yeah.
This is out there. Yeah, man. I just found out today, man. I ain't gonna say his name, but my mom told my brother, which I know people been watching and stuff, but my brother told me today. My mom told my brother, and my brother told me today. He was like, "Man, yeah, like one of your classmates, because I guess he's seen my mom. Because a lot of people know my mom, and they was like, yeah, one of your classmates sees your mom. I guess in the story or something. And then I guess they was talking, and he had told her that, yeah, I'll be watching like Jay's podcast, and I was like, it's getting around. It's getting around. You
Hey.
know what I'm saying? They hyped me up. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's one person, but it hyped me up because, like, people is getting traction, it's picking up. And I feel like Traxon for sure for the pick up with and now we both is doing and collabing together. I feel like it's going to take flight for sure. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
man, they had me feeling good. I was like, okay, all right, bro. Hey guys, let me say this, Jordan. Say this for both of us, guys. Hit the like button, man. Come on, show us some love. Put a little comment,
Yeah, man.
subscribe. Man, if y'all watching, bro, just don't be looking from the side, bro. Come on, man. Show some love. Show some love, man. Hey, man. But that being said, brother, I'll see you next week, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, we keep in touch, man. We keep in touch, and you have a good one, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother.
All right, peace.